जो समय की कठोरता से घबराते नहीं, जो हर तूफान का सामना डटकर करते हैं, समय चाहे जितना भी कठिन क्यों ना हो, जो उसके सामने झुकते नहीं, वही उसके पन्नों में अमर हो जाते हैं, वही इतिहास बनाते हैं.
Vande Mataram to one and all present here. Hailing from the beautiful state of Himachal Pradesh, a distinguished officer of the Indian Army whose career epitomizes courage, leadership, and unwavering dedication to the nation. A graduate in science from DAV College, Chandigarh, posted with the Jammu and Kashmir Rifles in Kupwara 2003, he faced the harsh realities of the line of control head on and has since carved a legacy of valor and excellence. Within just 1 year of service, he conducted his first operation, marking the beginning of a legendary career.
7 ऑपरेशन, 11 आतंकवादी ढेर, यही तो है पराक्रम की गूंज जो सरहद से हर सीने तक सुनाई देती है. For his valor, he was awarded with Sena Medal for Gallantry in 2009. His excellence extended beyond combat. He led 4 mountaineering expeditions, conquering peaks just as he conquered challenges. Under his command, his unit excelled in multinational exercises on foreign soil, showcasing India's military prowess to the world. From operations in Galwan, Ladakh, and Siachen, he has volunteered to command units, and his exceptional leadership earned him 2 chief citations within 2 years, followed by another Sena Medal, distinguished, this time for illustrious command.
Beyond the uniform, our all-rounder of unmatched grit and passion has run 3 marathons, embarked on solo rides across Ladakh, and trekked the frozen river of Zanskar. Each adventure a reflection of his indomitable spirit. As a motivational speaker, he inspires countless young minds to embrace discipline, perseverance, and love for the nation.
Today, he continues to serve the nation by spearheading the Agnipath scheme, shaping the future of India's youth and armed forces. His vision ensures that the legacy of bravery and discipline lives on in the next generation of soldiers. We stand in awe of a man who embodies the ethos of service before self. Please join us in giving a resounding welcome to Colonel Ajay Patial, awarded with Sena medals, a hero, a leader, and a true son of India.
Sir, may I please request you to come up on the stage and enlighten us with your thought-provoking words.
Jai Hind to all of you. I believe students from class 10th, 11th and 12th, 11th and 12th are here. Now, first and foremost thing, I'll be addressing you in next maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and depending upon your level of interest, we'll continue and graduate towards our next part, that is question answer. So coming on to the first part first. I'm the last person actually you should be listening to for getting motivated. Let me tell you very, very honestly, no single word I stand here and deliver this speech or motivational address to you will actually be worth emulating or correlating when you see me around 20-25 years behind, as I was sitting amongst you guys. I was the last person whom around a couple of guys will also listen. So thanks to the organization, thanks to the nation, and thanks to my teachers, my parents, who have made me worth listening, first and foremost. Point number 2, why I am here. I am here in the capacity of a representative of an organization which proudly says we are country's best. And it takes guts to declare this, that we are country's best. You need to give a lot to become the best. Because first, you have to actually become best in your own eyes. And once you are convinced about your value, then only you can stand and talk. So I'm in capacity of a representative of an organization which considers itself to be the best. Now, why you guys? Trust me, children, you are the last one. In fact, everybody should understand this one fact. My own son is your age. He's just appeared in 12th. In fact, he is elder than you. I'm not able to motivate him to join Indian Army. Neither do I want to. Because even if I am able to motivate somebody to join Army is not there to receive anybody. We never lower our standards. We have dearth of officers, we have dearth of women officers, we have dearth of Jawans. But we still go by whatever we have. We never lower our standards. So me motivating you guys and you guys representing Indian Army is not going to happen. But still I am here. Why? I'm here just to thank you guys, to trust the organization, to trust the country, and be beacons of the society tomorrow. Because some of you will be bankers, some of you will be government officials, some of you will be corporate honkos, some of you will be lawyers and doctors and engineers. But we are all embodying a society called India, a country called India. I am here to connect with my country, and this is my way of thanking my society to alleviate me from the level which I was there around 25 years back. I'll make you correlate every word I'm speaking in front of you when I go through the slides, just around 20-25 of them. So I'm here in that capacity to connect with you guys. Most of the times we are operating in far off areas. जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा? But मोर को फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता किसी ने देखा है कि नहीं देखा. So we are not actually bothered whether you guys are aware what all country and different organizations are doing for you. But this is our way to actually feel happy that this is the country, whatever we are doing is worth it. So here, I'm actually here to motivate myself by seeing you guys. Now, 3 questions always come to my mind whenever I look back. And they should, the only purpose of meeting you is to strike a chord between you and actual person whom you want to become or whom you can be. That is to bridge the gap of these 3 words of when, where and why. Because what is the first question? In case, if you want to actually convert this word into sentence, suppose we talk about aim. What is my aim? Why is that my aim? When should it become my aim? And how can I actually achieve my aim? So this is just one part of the sentence. We can actually replace this word aim with anything. But the core always remains on these 3 things. What, when, where and why. So what we will not talk. I'm not here only to motivate you guys to join army. I'm here to talk about you, to actually become a person whosoever you want to become. You can be an athlete, you can be a sports person. I mean anything, an astronaut or NASA scientist, anything you want to be. First be convinced why you want to be that. Once this why or what is answered, thereafter everything falls in place. Always think about whatever you want to strive. Suppose you are in 11th and 12th. How many students here are scoring between 60 to 70%? Let's be honest. Scoring between 60 to 70%. Okay, around 40, 50. Don't be shy. In fact, this is the fact to be proud of. I'll tell you how. How many of you are actually scoring between 70 to 80? Okay. So balance are either below 60 or above 80, huh? Right, good. We'll take it, most of them are above 80. I used to score between 50s and 60s in my board exam, 10th class. I was a plumpy kid, I'll show you my photographs. I was the last person to be joining Indian Army. In fact, my own father was in CRPF. He wrote me the first person out in society to join forces, be it army or police or anything. You can be anything, but even a security guard standing outside an ATM, that was my bearing. So now, the options were too many in front of me. Starting from academics, to sports, to my own bearing, to profession, to finances. And of course, with everything goes your own morale and motivation also. So I had lots of scopes of improvement. And thank God, I chose what? Timely. So the first what which came to my mind was, is this the stage where I want to be always? So the answer was, of course, no. Then what is the stage? I want to be a better me. And when I thought I have to be better me, we always, I am giving you one example because I'm the last person whom you should be correlating, but I'm the only person with whom I can correlate very, very fluently. That is the reason I'm giving you my examples. And till date, I've been trying to be better me. So the takeoff is right now. मैंने कुछ दिन पहले कुछ YouTubes में भी सुना. Children are telling बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड वर्क एंड सिंसेरिटी और उसमें परेशान होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. लाइफ कैन बी लिव्ड इन फ्रूगल वेज ऑल्सो. देयर इज़ अ स्टेज कॉल्ड निर्वाणा. यू कैन अटेन निर्वाणा. फाइनेंसेस आर नॉट ऑलवेज एसोसिएटेड विद हैप्पीनेस. आई टेल यू, यू गाइज आर ग्रॉसली मिस्टेकन. The 2 goals which your principal embodies in her principal's message, I just went through your side, for a student is to earn lots of wealth. She is 110% right. For that, you should be educated and have immense knowledge to choose your profession. Again, she is bingo right out there. But this is the only time when you can kickstart that journey. You can keep progressing, but you can always kickstart this journey only at this moment. So the what is answered here only. That is, you have to progress. Now there are 2 another parts left to it. How? And why? Why? 2 years down the line, you won't be able to visualize anything big. I'll give you a small example. Last year was 2023, was India's commemoration of 75th year of independence, right? So everybody was told, everybody, everywhere in the country was told, please correlate yourself to the nation, right? Har Ghar Tiranga slogan you must have heard of. I, in capacity of a commanding officer of 1200 men sitting in Siachen Glacier, was also told to do something which should alienate country with my acts. So people started fluttering and unfurling tricolors every nook and corner of the country. The very next day, tricolors were all around the countryside, lying here and there. So we thought amongst 12 of us, 12 officers under me, and we thought of doing something with which country correlates. Now this is part of the second question, why you should do something.
हम ऑपरेशनल एक्सपेडिशन स्ट्रेटेजिक पॉइंट इंडियन एयरफोर्स पर चलने जा रहे हैं। क्या आप लोग तैयार हैं?
Coming back to that why, what is the relevance of showing you this video when I'm talking about nation building, when I'm talking about motivation? The question still is relevant. Why? If you are in a capacity to actually make change, then only you can make change. Always begin with end in mind. So once you answer your first part, that is what, you'll automatically reach why. So correlating with this question, I thought we should unfurl the tricolour. In fact, my team thought we should unfurl the tricolour where it makes impact. And those of you guys who don't know what is NJ9842, it is a strategic point which is claimed by China and Pakistan and India. But finally, tricolour is only there. So जहाँ पे जिसका झंडा है वहीं पे उसकी country है. So I need not actually reassure anybody again and again कि we mean business. But I was able to do so because of my team. My team was able to do so because of me being virtue of their commanding officer, of course. And I was able to do so because I thought I should be making difference. So if you become a doctor, it doesn't mean that you will be going in the morning and thereafter treating some patient and coming in the evening. You can be revolutionizing a drug which can cause a disease without even diagnosing it at the first place. I mean, you can be eradicating a particular disease from its root cause itself. So always think big. And this is the time when class 10th and 11th and 12th is actually occurring that your career options are opening. So this is the time for you to choose. Again, I beg your pardon, the cost of repetition. I'm not here to sell army. Okay, please come and join army. No, no, no. If it falls into your scheme of things, definitely go for it. Try. But if it doesn't, definitely don't go for it. I am here as a mentor in society rather than a representative of only Indian Army motivating children to join army. Coming on to the second slide, which is all the more important. The juncture of life, as I spoke to you about, right career, mentorship, self-analysis. Only word of caution here is always class 8th onwards, in fact, if I'm not wrong. Every student thinks this is my last chance. There is no last chance in life. You will always get another chance. Don't be desperate. जो मिल गया वो पकड़ लो और लपक लो. 65% is the thing which I can achieve. This is my last chance. Board exam are going to... I hear lots of students going through anxiety attacks while sitting in examination. Where is the problem like? If you score high, nobody is bothered. If you score low, nobody gives two hoots about anything. Why are you bothered about your marks, your performances, your competitive spirit? Why? The first person and the last person whom you should be competing with is you yourself. And the competition is never ending, boss. Sachin Tendulkar has already been outshined by Virat Kohli, right? But was Sachin Tendulkar playing at his time of game to be never outshone by anybody? You must have heard of Pluto was not declared a planet, a dwarf planet some time back. प्लूटो को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. तो तुम लोग फर्स्ट आओगे उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा किसी को, तुम लास्ट आओगे उससे भी कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं पड़ेगा डजंट मैटर. मुझे फर्क पड़ता है. That matters. So that psychology right now needs to be cultivated and thereafter followed. That will lead you to anything you feel like. Today, once at that time when I was scoring around 50s and 60s, and tomorrow when I am standing in front of you guys, in capacity of anybody in society, I can visualize how can I make a difference. Had I been a doctor, had I been a lawyer, had I been an engineer, had I been an astronaut, had I been a fighter pilot. बट ये तब नहीं कर सकता था. बट तब और अब में क्या डिफरेंस है? क्या मैं आर्मी ऑफिसर बन गया हूँ? ये डिफरेंस है. डू यू वॉन्ट टू मिनिस्कुल माई अचीवमेंट्स बाय जस्ट सेइंग दिस? नो. द फाइट विच हैज गॉन थ्रू ड्यूरिंग दिस फॉर्मेटिव ईयर्स इज द डिफरेंस. लेफ्ट साइड पे योर्स ट्रूली, राइट साइड पे भी योर्स ट्रूली. सो आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट एनी VLCC प्रोग्राम हेयर. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली रगड़ा हेयर. दीज थिंग्स कैन ओनली हैपन विद मोटिवेशन. राइट? दो ही प्रॉब्लम्स होती है ना, एक फिजिकल फिटनेस और दूसरा मेंटल फिटनेस. इफ अ पर्सन कैन ओवरकम बोथ, thereafter it's just plethora of options available to him or her. That's all. Period. तो आपको इतना परेशान नहीं होना है कि अरे आई एम नॉट फिजिकली कैपेबल, आई एम नॉट मेंटली कैपेबल. हु डिसाइड्स योर कैपेबिलिटीज? एवरीबडी हैज गॉट सेम नंबर ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स, नर्व फाइबर्स, डिट्टो सेम. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि किसी को 256 GB की रैंडम एक्सेस मेमोरी दे करके भगवान ने भेजा और किसी को 128 GB. अरे मेरा तो मॉडल ही सपोर्ट नहीं करता. हाउ कैन आई? नो नो नो, यू आर डिफाइनिंग योर लिमिट्स. राइट? आई विल नॉट dwell upon much on this part, but just to make you intriguingly excited about army, one profession which involves you and your family, one profession wherein we don't even leave our fallen comrades behind, one organization wherein you go through length and breadth of the country, the operational canvas of the country, one profession where integration, be it religious, be it financial, be it customs, be it values, be it traditions. We belong to a huge family. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam has actually not been epitomized by anybody else but army. Always choose a profession wherein you can be never alienated from it. आपने डॉक्टर बनना था, आप बन गए, उसके बाद तो कॉज ही खत्म हो जाएगा. फिर क्या करोगे? तो डॉक्टर बनना ही सिर्फ एम नहीं होना चाहिए. एम होना चाहिए रिवोल्यूशनराइज कर दूंगा या कर दूंगी. ठीक है, सिर्फ एक एंट्री पॉइंट है ये. और उसके बाद नेवर लिमिट योर सेल्फ बाय अ प्रोफेशन. दिस इज वन प्रोफेशन आई कैन टॉक अबाउट टिल cows come home because I know this profession the best. I mean, I'm indebted to my teachers, ma'am. I'm not exaggerating. I always stood on stage of my school only because of two reasons. Either because of underperformance in my academics or because of not being in uniform. But thanks to the teachers who actually reposed their trust on me, they kept on still bashing me. And today I'm standing in front of you guys on a stage. I mean, couple of days back, I was among strategic leadership convention workshop in IIM Lucknow. Thanks to the teachers. Parents, though, they don't have an option but not to trust you. But then, thanks to the teachers who still kept their trust intact with us. Second largest army, country sharing 5 boundaries with different countries. I mean, the only integrated arm. The experience which comes with us, I'm not talking about Galwan operations, I'm not talking about continuous proxy wars. I mean, thoroughly bred and bled organization. I'm purposefully trying to actually just give you a glimpse of army and not actually teaching you what army is all about. Any profession you choose, you can be in corporate also. I can see first line, first bench itself, people going yawning. I mean, I'm very, very sure about one thing. Few talks will always feel boring. But once you start correlating with yourself, you will never fail to be awed by anybody, including the cameraman standing in front of us, just clicking his photographs. Look at the diligence and sincerity a purpose is doing. Your crucial time of academics has been sacrificed for this one address. Please pay attention just for one thing. That is, a small pep talk by anybody can change your horizon of looking at things. At the cost of repetition, I'm again telling you, I'm not here to sell army, to tell you guys to join army. I'm here to just motivate you to be the worst person you want to be. Any profession should have these 4 pillars, minimum. so as to make you always attached to it, so as not to alienate yourself from that. It should give you a very good lifestyle, look at the ethos of your own institution. The mission statement of your school says, we are aligned towards nation building. If at all, in society, you are building a nation by contributing in whatever capacity you are, won't you be satiated by whatever you are giving? Can you ever be tired? Will you be looking at your watch? अरे सुबह 6 बजे आए थे और शाम के 8 बज गए, अरे भैया अभी तो जाना चाहिए. No. In fact, you will be told कि मैम आज के लिए बहुत हो गया, let's do it tomorrow. So always connect to the cause. Never connect to only the remuneration part of it, only the satiation of financial desires of the profession. 10 fighting arms, 4 services. We are bread and butter of each other. They can't survive without us, and we don't even think of our existence without them. I am from the fighting arm towards left, infantry. As I just told you, army person is always visualized by non-army personnel of the country of holding a weapon and firing berserk always 24/7. No, that's not possible. We are motivating children, we are motivating ladies, we are motivating each other. We are, running with oldies, we are going towards NGOs, and we are connected with society 24/7. 24/7. Either we are on operational assignments or we are forming some fabric of the society. So that is how you can be any one of them. As I just told you, 3 days back, I was on a strategic leadership convention workshop by IIM Lucknow, in which conglomerates of the world were there. So who am I? No one. But then they were seeking, I won't say guidance, but talks on us on leadership development. So if your profession, your job, your entrepreneurship makes you an icon in society, you will never be tired, and nobody can stop you from achieving whatever you feel like. Now, a famous adage here, as I confessed in front of you, I was weak in studies. तो मैं पढ़ाई से भागता था. Then I joined army. अब मैं पढ़ाई भी करता हूँ और भागता भी हूँ. Now, these are the list of academic obstacles I have to surmount almost every 6 months. I never knew कि मैं पढ़ाई में इतना अच्छा हो सकता हूँ. आर्मी ने इतना पढ़ाया है that I can definitely touch upon any topic of your choice. Any topic of your choice. From 25 years मैं सिर्फ पढ़ ही रहा हूँ और मैं पढ़ाई से भागने के लिए आर्मी में गया था. So this is the big misconception. अरे नहीं, पढ़ाई थोड़ी कम होती है, जल्दी से वेपन उठाएंगे और आर्नोल्ड श्वार्ज़नेगर और रैम्बो बन के सिल्वेस्टर स्टैलोन चारों तरफ लखनऊ में आग लगा देंगे. That's not possible, folks. You have to study a lot. Adventure, these are all available on internet. I can keep motivating you by downloading pictures, but I'll show you some real stuff. Towards your left is the first expedition my own unit undertook. This is the Mount Stoke Kangri expedition between India and China. Generally, expert and trained mountaineers take 6 to 7 days to undertake this expedition. Now, this was a warm-up for us to undertake the expedition which I showed you at the first place. And by the way, this is not my forte. This is not my expertise, doing expeditions. I command certain troops who are proficient in climbing for operational reasons. And that was my only assignment parallel to their expertise. So you always play upon your strengths, right? अगर विराट कोहली को हुक शॉट बहुत अच्छा मारना आता है तो वो बार बार स्वीप शॉट मार के नहीं दिखाएगा. सो इफ एट ऑल आपकी स्ट्रेंथ आपको मालूम है तो हाउ यू कैपिटलाइज ऑन इट. वी डिड दिस एक्सपीडिशन विद इन 24 आवर्स, जो लोग 7 दिन में एक्सपीडिशन करते हैं. नाउ दिस इज द एक्चुअल वन between India and China. There's an unmanned boundary, in case you have heard of. It is claimed by both India and China, but just on air. But वही ना, जिसकी लाठी उसका भैंस, जिसने जा करके झंडा गाड़ दिया उसका हो. So what we did was, there are 5 peaks astride India and China. We did expeditions on all 5 of them by a single team within 3 days. So now India can actually send them photographs, Google imageries of our expeditions onto that place and actually tell them, mind your business, this is our area. Right? So please don't mistake me as an encroacher towards Pakistan and China, but I'm talking about your will, your grit, and playing upon your strength. The organization. I'm very, very sure these examples will never leave you. I'm talking about an organization wherein you take care of the complete family. The day I joined, 3 days thereafter, a boy expired in my unit. he died. 2 cardiac arrest. This one is especially for girls. So here was a girl around 21, 22 years in age with a small baby in her hand. She was crying every day. I've lost my husband. I loved him a lot. And I cannot do anything, and I'm a primary school teacher. Her name is Rigzin Chorol. Rigzin Chorol. You can Google and find out the story. So my unit, ladies and men, joined not only to motivate her, once she was motivated to join army, to look after her only ailing mother and a small toddler son. For 2 years, she prepared and she got selected. And she came back as the first Indian Army officer from Ladakh, a commissioned officer from Ladakh. And presently she is serving in Army Services Corps. Now tell me, where do you draw a parallel of such kind of a motivation in any organization? I can straightaway challenge you. So we look after our families. We look after our dead ones also. Now, passing remark on the achievements was, it is not an achievement that you are wearing 2 Sena medals, you are wearing a wound medal. It's a personal achievement. No. I mean, when Mr. M.R. Jaipuria, Padam Bhushan in 1971, it's his personal achievement. Of course, he was a beacon in society. But then when I read about Jaipuria, you guys have been awarded twice the best co-ed school. You have been awarded the most social impact institution of the state, again twice. The best day school. How is it possible? Now that is achievement of complete institution. Now these are the achievements of complete institution, which will just showcase you. I mean, we got Chief's citation. It's the biggest badge of honor given to your complete battalion. So 1,200 men of the country are amongst the best in all the organizations. That is the kind of badge we wear proudly on our chest. The schools and colleges associated with us, if at all, I'll now cut the last part of my presentation short so as to answer your queries, if any. If at all you want to join, there are 2 options. One is right after class 12th and one is after graduation. After 12th, I mean, whatever I'm talking is available online on Join Indian Army website. After 12th, you have to sit for ND exams, and after graduation, you can sit for SS, Short Service Commissioned Officers and Women Officers, and also through IMA, Indian Military Academy. I am a product of Indian Military Academy. In case you feel slightly later, as a doctor, as an engineer, as a law graduate, to still join army, there are still more options available, that they are all non-UPSC. The selection stages, first you enroll yourself, register yourself. Thereafter, you appear for a written test. Thereafter, your SSB, Service Selection Board, your medicals, and then a list of merit is drawn. And in case you are able to make the cut, you are selected in army. Mark my words, army never lowers their standards. And standards are not physical standards. Standards are not academic standards. They are the values, the ethos, the traditions. They are looking for you whether you can stand that or not. Only if you have ingrained it. And I'm sure about a premier educational institute like this one, if these values and traditions can't be ingrained here, where will they be? Women officers, especially good news for you guys is that at any entry level, the doors are open for girls. In fact, in our experience, we have been seeing girls outshining boys just because of one thing, that their soft skills are very, very strong. And by the way, army is not about shooting down the countryside. It is all about, leadership management. It is about crisis solving. It is about contingency planning. It is about deliberate preparations, which you guys are gifted. Now I come to the end of my brief talk. And again, to bring back you to the question which I asked, if at all, whenever you are convinced about what to do, how to do, when to do, you'll definitely get the steps towards reaching it. Now is the time, guys. Go through your syllabus of your first 11th and 12th board exams. Don't panic thinking about this is the last step. You will get 1,000 opportunities in any field you want to. Take care of your health. Be connected. Stay happy. Jai Hind. Any queries? Anyone?
Sir, I have a query because when we offer, there are children for whom we feel that science is not a right choice. But they want science because they want to take up the NDA exam. So would you like to tell them that can they proceed with the NDA preparation without science also?
Now I'll answer it in 2 parts. Yes, you can. 2, you should not. Yes, you can. How? if you think about joining army, NDA is one of the steps, right? But NDA is not the only step. There are many entries available for non-science students also at various levels. After 12th, there are less, and after 12th, they open up a lot. Like after graduation, you have UPSC non-technical, you have military engineering services, you have AMC, medical corps, you have JAG, law, you have education, university entry school, in which you are in case doing PhD or MA in humanities also, you can still get an entry. But coming on to the first part, the diplomatic one, you should not. Why? In case you want to join army without much knowledge about organization's 10 pillars towards left, that is fighting arms, and 4 pillars towards right, that is non-fighting arms, you will find lots of technicalities in army also. So your science background is only going to help you in that. It still will be a small hurdle in front of you, which can easily be overcome. A person who can operate a mobile phone is tech savvy enough to operate any equipment and technology and understand it. But 11th and 12th, it's such basic level of science that it will sail you through towards achieving anything. Because transitioning from science to non-science is comparatively easy, vice versa is not. Logical enough, I'm not telling you guys to dishearten whosoever don't want to pursue science. You still have many options left, including army. I mean, I am a graduate of science from DAV College, Chandigarh. But then I could have been graduate of commerce also and graduate of humanities also, because after graduation, you don't require to be science background. NDA has to have physics, chemistry, and maths. Definitely, you have to have these 3 subjects.
Sir, like you mentioned, you weren't that excellent academically during the school years. So, sir, is there something that, maybe struck you that motivated you to go achieve better?
So, as far as doing better is concerned, let me tell you honestly, I'm just trying to, as I told you, I was always overawed by everybody. तो मेरे पास स्कोप ऑफ इम्प्रूवमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा था. प्रॉब्लम क्या थी कि आई नीड टू डू बेटर just to satisfy myself कि I have done my bit. Now where that came from, of course it was a mix of my father's kicks, my mother's blasts, and my friends coaxing me, and I was the only one left. मैं देख रहा था धीरे धीरे लोग सेलेक्ट हो गए, कोई यहाँ चला गया, कोई वहाँ चला गया, वहाँ चला गया. तो मुझे लगा कि ऐसे तो कोई बचेगा ही नहीं, फिर मैं अकेले ही रह जाऊँगा अपनी पूरी सोसाइटी में. तो आई शुड डू समथिंग बेटर. सो नाउ वो बेटर करते करते इट्स नॉट कि अचानक से है ना, जैसे आपकी वाइस चेयरमैन का जो मैसेज है उसमें शी इज़ credited thinking big. I mean, she came out of there are 3 zones of a person's thinking spheres. The second zone, which is out of comfort zone, the proximal development zone. She talks about कि न्यूटन के सर के ऊपर सेब गिरा एंड अचानक से उसे पता चला कि अरे दिस कैन बी ग्रेविटी. ऐसा बहुत कम होता है हमारे जैसे लोगों के साथ कि अचानक से कुछ गिरेगा और हमें ओ वाओ आई शुड डू दिस. नो नो नो. We draw inspiration from each other. So we just keep on drawing inspiration from each other and we keep on improving with her or him in his or her field. And that is why you become whatever you are.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, beta.
I wanted to always join the Air Force, but I need guidance to improve my personality and physical fitness. So
Yeah, Air Force... because of this Akshay Kumar and gang actually making so many Air Force movies these days, and army is lacking behind, people are getting overawed by Air Force. They are okay, they are fine. But Air Force is a technical arm. You need to just prepare for its PABT, Pilot Aptitude Battery Test. And thereafter they are as good and as bad as us. Because army में आपने देखा ना, मुझे माइक भी ऑन नहीं करना आ रहा था. And I could have been actually flying a fighter Sukhoi अगर मैं Air Force में होता. So technical knowledge हम अपने आप सिखा लेंगे. आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ फिजिकल फिटनेस, जो कि एक बेसिक फिजिकल फिटनेस, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट 8 पैक एब्स या इतनी बड़े बड़े वो बाइसेप्स और ट्राइसेप्स से लेकर के, कोई भी आर्मी में ऐसा नहीं दिखेगा आपको. आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट कि आप खुद को लेकर के जो करना चाहो वो कर सकते हो. आप चाहो कि मुझे पढ़ाई करनी है आज 8 घंटे, तो आप पढ़ सको, इतनी फिटनेस चाहिए बस. ऐसा नहीं कि आप गए और जनेश्वर मिश्र पार्क के मैंने आज 40 चक्कर मार दिए, आज मैं बहुत फिट हो गया हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है. इतना आपने मेरे को देखा, आई केम टू आर्मी विद दिस काइंड ऑफ फिटनेस. But thereafter, giving up was not an option. So fitness is just maybe 1/10 of the total syllabus, the scope of syllabus which you have to cover after become. I mean, कौन सा डॉक्टर देखा है आपने यार 150 किलो का जो सर्जरी कर रहा है? पॉसिबल नहीं है उसके लिए. तो जितनी फिटनेस किसी भी प्रोफेशन के लिए चाहिए उतनी आर्मी के लिए चाहिए. प्लीज टेक ऑफ दिस मिथ फ्रॉम योर माइंड कि जो आदमी बहुत ज़्यादा फिट होगा 8 पैक एब्स वाला वही आर्मी में आएगा. नो नो नो.
Sir, during your speech, you mentioned that first you need to make peace with yourself that you can do it, and then you are actually able to do it. So I wanted to ask that how do you do that, and how did you do that? How did you get to know कि okay, I can do this?
Yes. So first, to qualify your question, it is not to make peace with yourself. It is actually to challenge yourself कि I can do that. Now, how I did was, it was a serendipity. I kept on incurring obstacles. I kept on trying for them. I am a very, very weak swimmer. I was a pathetic runner. I am a very, very, very weak academician. And I'm the last person who can shoot at anybody. But then my task, my motivation, and the rocket which is given to you by your peers, by your younger siblings, by your elder ones, बाय द सोसाइटी. आप लोगों के सामने अगर खड़ा हूँ तो इसीलिए खड़ा हूँ ना, बिकॉज कुछ अचीव करके मेरे पास कुछ है जिसको मैं फ्लॉन्ट कर सकता हूँ. दीज ऑल एडमिरेशंस एड फॉर यू टू बी मोटिवेटेड इनफ. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हु आर नॉट, आई विल से एक बड़ी फेमस बुक है. इनफैक्ट स्टार्ट रीडिंग, ऑल्टरनेटिव रीडिंग. जस्ट टेक आउट 45 minutes every day. 45 minutes every day to read whatever is non-academic. Believe you me, you will achieve much more than just muggifying few basic concepts of your syllabus and thereafter rattling them on the exam. Life is much more beyond that. I'll say a couple of books. Maybe Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Thinking. Maybe Spencer Johnson, Who Moved My Cheese. That book is Bible for me. And The Art of Lateral Thinking. Basic books. उसमें एक बड़ा famous example है, the last book which I referred. The swimmer's body illusion. Now this correlates the question which you all have with the answer which I have been giving third time now. We see a very, very good swimmer and we actually credit, अरे इसकी फिजिक बहुत अच्छी है इसलिए स्विमर है, या ये स्विमर है तो कितनी अच्छी फिजिक है, लेट मी टेक अप स्विमिंग. राइट? क्या हम यही ड्रॉ करते हैं ना? किसी अच्छे जिम पर्सनल को देखते हो, आप लोग यही बोलते हैं ना, यार ये बहुत ज़्यादा जिम जाता है इसलिए इसकी फिजिक बहुत अच्छी होगी. चलो मैं आपके लेवल पे आता हूँ. ये बच्चा बहुत ज़्यादा मार्क्स आ रहे हैं, इसके बहुत पढ़ता है, ये बहुत पढ़ता है इसलिए मार्क्स बहुत ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. राइट? राइट? ऐसा ही है ना? इसमें एक ट्विस्ट देते हैं. इट कैन बी इल्यूजन ऑल्सो. क्योंकि उसके मार्क्स ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं इसलिए शायद वो और ज़्यादा पढ़ रहा है. क्योंकि उसकी फिजिक अच्छी हो रही है इसलिए वो और ज़्यादा जिम जा रहा है. क्योंकि उसकी स्विमिंग अच्छी हो रही है और फिजिक अच्छी हो रही है इसलिए वो और स्विमिंग कर रहा है. तो वंस यू टेस्ट सक्सेस, you yourself cannot challenge yourself from achieving whatever you want to. It's just one breaking of ice crust. टक. आज क्लास टेस्ट में भी अगर आपके 20 में से 19 आ जाते हैं, you see the difference in your own thinking about that chapter or subject, and keep adding those chapters and subjects and you are a transformed person.
In a world that moves too fast and forgets too soon, today we paused to listen, to learn, and to be humbled by the truth. On behalf of Seth M.R. Jaipuria School, it is my profound honor to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Colonel Patial, whose presence was not just a moment, but a memory that will echo in our hearts long after these walls fall silent. Sir, your words weren't merely spoken, they marched. Each line a salute, each pause a breath of courage. Your humility and nobility shone when you said that one has to give a lot to become the best. I think that is what truly makes the Indian Army stand out. India has always been a preacher of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, and our army is its best embodiment. Though we sit far from the battlefield, today we felt the dust, heard the silence between the bullets, and glimpsed the weight of a salute. You have given us more than a speech. You have gifted us a mirror to reflect on the freedom we live with because of warriors like you. You said, and I quote, "When I had the opportunity to swim, I chose the ocean," symbolizing that one should always grab the opportunities that make us a shade better than we already are. Today, you reminded us that patriotism is not an occasional feeling. It is a way of life. Your anecdote about unfurling the Indian flag on the NJ 9842 point in Siachen touched our hearts. By the way, I did see the audience smiling proudly while the video was playing. We also observed that you devoted a lot of time to learn about our school. And in doing so, you taught us that one should be well prepared for every walk in life. Your speech synchronized so well with our school's philosophy of conscious transformation. Your speech was an impeccable blend of humor and life lessons. It was a delightful session for all of us. Jaipurians, as we rise from this gathering today, we do so with a little more pride, a little more clarity, and a lot more respect for our country, for our soldiers, and for the spirit of selfless service. Dear sir, we thank you once again from the bottom of our heart. Jai Hind.